Hello everyone, my name is Katerina Fedotova and I'm the Artistic Director of the Russian Ballet Orlando. Today I have Gina and Iosif, they're two of my students at the Academy and also the dancers with the Russian Ballet Orlando company. We are going to go through the first 10 steps at the bar, the 10 most important combinations for any dancer to start learning. We are going to start with combination number 1, which is plié. Plié means to squat, and it is one of the most important combinations for a warm-up for every dancer. And we're going to start with demonstrating things facing forward and also with one hand at the bar. When we face forward, okay guys, when we face front, it's called en face. For all the beginner dancers, it is important to start with 2 hands at the bar. No matter if you're facing the bar, or facing the audience, it doesn't matter, as long as both of your hands are on the bar. It is important for your frame, for 2 shoulders and 2 hips to be parallel to one another and to be perfectly straight. A lot of the times when you stand with one hand at the bar, the beginner dancers don't have the strongest core. So when they open the hand to the side, a lot of the times they're all crooked and waving all over the place. So that's why for the beginner students, we're going to start with 2 hands at the bar. First position is 2 feet on parallel line, heels together, stomach in, butt in. Make sure your chin is always pulled up. The dancers cannot have the rib cage open. Okay, so make sure you always hold the rib cage in. You hold your hips, don't stick your butt out. Always hold your butt in. Long neck, stretch out. From here, we're gonna do demi plié. Demi plié means half of a squat. So you go down demi plié. It's very important that your knees are pointing down to your toes. Okay, so if you roll forward like this, it puts a lot of pressure on your knees and rise up. So we're going to demonstrate demi plié one more time with one hand at the bar so you guys can see the importance of rolling forward. When you move first, we're going to put our hand on the waist. When you do demi plié, go 1. You have to make sure that your heels are front in a parallel line and this knee is not rolling forward. If you roll forward, you develop habits of constantly being rolled over, and also it puts pressure on your knee. The more pressure you put on your knee, the more injuries it's going to cause. So you don't want to be 20 years old and crippled. So we squat and we make sure we push our knee back. Our butt is always in. Stick out your butt. We don't want to do this. We don't want to look like we're sitting on a chair. So our butt is in, hips front. Try to make sure you always have a straight line. Knees to the side and squat and rise up. Hold, butt in and hold. Again, demi plié 1 and 2, up 3 and 4. Your chin, your head is to the side. Your chin is over the shoulder. Okay, your elbow is to the side on the same level with the shoulder. A lot of the times, show me the chicken hand. It is like this. Let's not do that because the elbow helps us to protect our frame. So it's very important for this elbow to be pushed front, not back. Okay, one more time. Demi plié 1 and 2 and up 3 and 4. Let's turn to 2 hands, please. When you do demi plié is as far as you can go without lifting up your heels. So squat down a little bit. So this, just a little bit. This, even though that looks like a demi plié, it's not a demi plié until you go as far down as you can until your heels can stay on the floor. The reason for the demi plié is to stretch out the Achilles. When you stretch out the Achilles, it gives you opportunity to jump higher, to turn faster, turn more, be more efficient. If your Achilles are not stretched out at the beginning of the class, you have possibilities of ripping or pulling an Achilles where it takes you out of dance. And it just causes injuries. From here, we're going to do grand plié. Grand plié goes through the demi plié. Demi plié first. From here, we're going to go all the way down until our heels lift up just a little bit. Show me what not to do on demi plié. Raise up your heels really, really high. That's not a grand plié. You have to make sure you still, even though as you go down, you have to make sure that you're still stretching your Achilles. Okay, so don't lift your heels up purposely, okay? One more time, and stand up. From here, we're gonna go demi plié 1, let's look down to the toes, 2, grand plié 3, and 4. From here, we're gonna put our heels down first, hold it 5, and 6, up 7 and 8. Demi plie 1 and 2, grand plie 3 and 4, demi plie 5, hold it 6 and 7 and 8. This combination is done in all 4 positions. Now, there are 6 positions of feet. There are 4 classical positions, the other 2 are the character positions. So the first position is number 1, then battement tendu to the second, and down. Second position is as far as your toe opens and put your heel down. Number 3 is this. Show me the third position. Third position is a character position. It is not practiced in class, but it is very important for the stage, for the performance, and also for all the character dances. From second position, we go to fourth. Battement tendu and the rond de jambe par terre to the front. You put your toe in front of the heel, purposely in front of the heel. From here, you're not going to bring your heel to your toes. You're going to bring your toes to your heel and pump. Fourth position is the size of your foot. So make sure you don't do over dramatic big positions. Also, the toe is across the heel, heel is across the toe. Same positions here. Demi plie 1 and 2. Open both knees, butt down in between the 2 legs. Up 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8. Demi plie 1, 2. Grand plie 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7 and 8. Battement tendu front and cross in fifth position. Fifth position is the hardest positions out of all classical positions. It is, I call it the kissing feet. Heel kisses the toe and toe kisses the heel. It needs to be completely turned out. Now, they do, a lot of the studios and a lot of some of the methods, they also don't enforce full turnout. Can you please stand one hand at the bar? So show me the non-forced fifth position. Okay? In Russian method and Vaganova method, full turnout is required. The Vaganova method is the first method that was created, and it's also the only method that developed to be injury-free. The reason why we do full turnouts is for the safety of your body and your joints. And I'm gonna, as we go through all the combinations, we're gonna explain the reason why full turnout is mandatory and it is mostly important for all the classical dancers. So fifth position and demi plie 1 and 2. Fifth positions are a little bit harder to do plie. Your butt happens to stick out a little bit further than in first, so we have to work really hard. But it also in fifth position, it stretches out your muscles the most. Demi plie 1 and 2, rise up 3 and 4, grand plie 1, 2, grand plie 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So this is again demi and grand plie. This is the first combination at the bar.